A mural with a message, the connection between Stroudsburg and space. Getting styled in Stroudsburg with Bri Dee. Visiting Santa's reindeer, and no, this isn't the North Pole. Learning about the Poconos past, getting creative with florals and friends, and the plan to bring more front doors to the Pocono Mountains.
A return to Child's Park. Take a tour of the newly reopened gem. Marking history with a bronze bell, the historical significance this silk mill has in the American story, and a variety of ways to shop small across the Poconos this holiday season.
Hello everyone, welcome to the December episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine. We're at Camelback Resort, a premier ski and snowboarding destination that's also home to one of the country's largest snow tubing parks.
Brianna, I am so ready to get out there on the slopes, and that's because all 6 of our ski resorts have pumped a lot of money into snowmaking technology. It was even pioneered here back in the day in the Poconos. So when Mother Nature doesn't bring any snow, places like Camelback here can.
Camelback is filled with over 60 years of history, which is reflected in a lot of the artwork throughout the resort, like this amazing mural behind us. Murals are a form of expression which tells stories about community and history. We even have a little cameo, our PTN team, up on this wall. Brianna had the opportunity to check out a bunch of murals throughout the Pocono Mountains. Let's go check it out.
Throughout the Pocono Mountains, in our small towns and beyond, you'll find vibrant murals created by local artists paying homage to the area, including a variety in Honesdale, Hawley, and downtown Stroudsburg. Just a short walk from here, Stroudsburg's latest mural is turning heads, not just because of its size, but the story behind it. Pops of paint and dozens of dots adding up to a larger picture.
This mural is for you. It's for everyone.
Jody Singer with the Stroudsburg-based organization Go Collaborative wanted to bring a meaningful design to this blank canvas on Lower Main Street. Through research, he learned a Stroudsburg native went on to become an astronaut and knew the story should be brought to life.
There is a message behind it. We want people to, dream big and work hard and achieve goals, not only for themselves, but for our communities.
Jody tracked down the man behind his mural, Dr. Byron Lichtenberg.
I was honored. I had no idea that was coming. It kind of came out of the blue.
And the Pocono Television Network recently spoke with him from Texas, where he now lives.
And liftoff of Columbia.
Byron flew aboard 2 NASA space shuttle missions in 1983 and 1992, making a total of 310 orbits and logging 468 hours in space.
It's amazing. It takes us 8.5 minutes to go from surface of the Earth to a couple hundred miles up, going 17,500 miles an hour. And as you go around the Earth, you go around the whole world in 90 minutes. So you see all of humanity as we know it. You see all of the Earth in different geographical portions, and it really kind of humbles you.
Byron was on board as the first payload specialist, conducting experiments from space and proving their success before the International Space Station existed.
We stayed inside the space shuttle, and then there was a tunnel that connected us to the Space Lab module. And we would go in there, and it was about 25 feet long, about 14 feet in diameter, and it was full of racks of experiment equipment.
Byron became interested in space travel while growing up in Stroudsburg, crediting the small town environment and his teachers with fostering his dream. After graduating from Stroudsburg High School in 1965, Byron earned a degree in aerospace engineering from Brown University, then attended MIT for his master's and doctorate. He also served as an Air Force fighter pilot during the Vietnam War.
When I was flying combat in Vietnam, there were a bunch of people trying to kill me, and during the space shuttle missions, everybody was trying to keep me alive. So it made a big difference, and very intense, but also really exciting.
Back in his hometown, this massive mural honoring Byron took more than 60 hours to complete. In addition to support from the borough and building owner, strangers walking by picked up a paintbrush and pitched in, making this a true community effort. Among the artists, this father-son duo.
I found it really, really special how he was able to, and especially Jody, was able to bring this art piece to life on such a big piece.
One of the essential parts about just art in general is that it's a universal language. We all could speak different languages, but when you see a piece of artwork, it could bring out a meaning.
There are nearly 20 murals around the Stroudsburg area, and this is the largest to date. It's part of Go Collaborative's mission to bring local businesses, artists, and the community together.
Art opens many doors. It really introduced this wonderful art mecca that we sort of have going on in our area. There's galleries here, there's artists working in their studios. You'll see lots of different things happening in our town that we haven't had before. And I believe that the introduction was these murals that we brought to Stroudsburg.
From Stroudsburg to space, inspiring local residents, students, and visitors to reach for the stars.
You know, you set your mind to something and, don't give up. That's the big thing.
I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
Hey, some great photos now to be had once again here at George W. Childs Park after 6+ years of being closed. Come on along with Pocono Mountains Magazine as we take you on a tour of the newly reopened park in the National Park Service.
Learning about the Poconos past and the people who lived on these lands long before the region's iconic resorts and attractions existed. Pocono Mountains Magazine will be right back, but first, let's check out how the Poconos have been making the news lately. Hospitality and tourism professionals from across Pennsylvania were at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions to connect, collaborate, and celebrate together during the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association's annual conference. Pennsylvania's Deputy Secretary of Tourism also attended the 3-day event hosted in the Poconos.
I have the easy job. I get to do the marketing and the advertising, but it's the folks on the ground who are providing the hospitality services, the great meals, the perfect hotel bedding. They're the ones who are really creating the experience.
The second of 2 initial creative community art trail projects was unveiled in Newfoundland. A tile mosaic in Carlton Drake Park is made up of tiles created by members of the community and depicts the Wallenpaupack Creek and surrounding farmlands. We featured the first art project along Route 191 in Equinunk on a previous Pocono Mountains magazine. Woodlock's director of golf, John Pillar, has been inducted into the Philadelphia PGA Hall of Fame. Pillar's been considered one of the best players in the region for years, and even won the Senior PGA Championship in the Philly region this year. Congrats to John Pillar.
WTHR-TV in Indianapolis recently visited the Pocono Mountains as part of a Pennsylvania-wide tour.
We just took a bath.
Riding the Lehigh River with Jim Thorpe River Adventures.
We are the oldest coal mine you can tour in the United States.
Riding underground at the No. 9 Coal Mine and Museum in Lansford. And riding the rails aboard the Stourbridge Line in Honesdale. For the ultimate holiday adventure, check out the Santa Christmas Tree Express, one of several seasonal excursions.
They cut the ribbon on the new Sycamore Point Park in Honesdale in October. We featured the new river access on a previous Pocono Mountains magazine. This park has ADA accessibility and a picnic area, and is the third of 4 planned accesses along the Lackawaxen River between Honesdale and Hawley.
We're looking to see some old friends back and some new faces coming in the door.
Last month marked another successful Pocono Mountains Restaurant Week with nearly 50 restaurants in the region offering special deals and meals, including the Jubilee in Pocono Pines. Learn about all the best places to grab a bite any time of the year at PoconoMountains.com.
Rack up another gold medal for Wallenpaupack Brewing Company. Its Kroon Belgian Golden Strong Ale took home top honors in its category at the Great American Beer Festival. It's the 3rd medal Wallenpaupack has won at the competition since 2020. Cheers!
This is my idea of relaxation.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill. As you can see from these photos here, there was a lot of work done to repair the damage done to these viewing platforms overlooking the waterfalls here at George W. Childs Park in the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. Now, after 6+ years, it's back open, and much to the appreciation of folks who can come out now and enjoy the joy and wonder of nature all around Dingman's Creek, right here at George Childs Park. Check it out.
Instead of a ribbon, park rangers cut the board to officially reopen Childs Park in Pike County, the culmination of a half-dozen years of waiting and working.
We're looking forward to welcoming some new visitors to the site, but we know this is a favorite area among Pocono residents. It's a favorite area among local residents.
It is.
And from talking to many of the people who arrived this morning to get in here on that first day, so many of them were return visitors who were looking forward to getting back in here, looking forward to bringing their children back into this site. So we saw multiple generations.
The improvements at Childs Park include a much longer access for folks of varying abilities, whether it's someone who relies on wheeled access or even parents pushing a stroller. In the case of these two moms, they wanted to be sure to bring the kiddos to experience this return to Childs Park.
It feels safer with like the stairs and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about like the tree trunks and all that stuff, which is nice.
It's great because it makes it a lot more accessible to people with little ones that might have a harder time carrying them. So putting them in the stroller makes it a lot easier, especially if people have multiple children, you know, and you have to chase after them. So it makes it a lot easier. And then it makes it accessible for everyone.
In 2023, you can see from overhead the historic park and the ways a wicked winter storm destroyed the canopy. And so much of the railings, bridges, and stairs. So much damage. And a long process to rebuild so that visitors could navigate this picturesque park safely.
It was like a puzzle, lots of different pieces to put together, whether it was the repairs, the damage assessments, the cost estimates, the scopes of work for the contractors, so we knew what we needed them to do, securing funding for each step of the way too. We had to be able to make sure that we had funding to be able to do all of the work that was needed to be done. And again, a lot of the behind the scenes work that has to go into that, where we're making sure that the work that's happening here isn't doing any further harm to the environment.
Childs Park dates back to the late 1800s when it was a popular destination for people from the city. Several decades later, the Civilian Conservation Corps built out some of these structures and trails, and the National Park Service cares for it and oversees Childs Park.
Hi folks.
Hi all.
Welcome back. Thank you.
It does
Hello.
look great. People are grinning ear to ear here because,
They
you know,
are.
it's their first taste of it in 6.5 years.
Yes, yes, and I think it's been our #1 question for all of that time too. You know, when is Childs Park going to reopen? When is Childs Park going to reopen?
Right.
And you know, we're so excited again to finally be at that point where we can say it is open. You can come back there. You can bring your kids. You can bring your family. Come on back and enjoy it.
Childs Park does close for the season January 2nd or the first significant snowfall, but does reopen in the spring when all the snow and ice thaws. And the waterfalls, the views, the nature are exactly what this place has been for generations, going back to George Childs himself, well over a century ago. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Still to come, get styled in Stroudsburg with Bri Dee just in time for your holiday parties or any occasion. We'll introduce you to the woman behind this beloved boutique.
The holiday season's here where you can shop small all across the Pocono Mountains. That story's coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
This edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine is presented by St. Luke's Monroe Campus and East Stroudsburg University.
The Swiftwater. The name is classic Poconos. Upon arrival, you realize this is hospitality you've never experienced. The feeling of chic, rustic elegance surrounds you. High-touch concierge service makes sure your stay is memorable. Enjoy crafted cocktails and savor rich flavors of the Poconos.
find out what everyone in the Pocono Mountains is talking about at the beautiful Swiftwater. It's all part of visiting Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
Do you remember we told everybody about midweek deals?
Yes, but didn't everyone tell you? So what did we say?
Easy travel. Less traveling time, more fun time. Less people Monday through Friday. And all this at a great price. And easy to book.
Not bad.
I'm glad I thought of midweek deals. Our guests just love it.
We came up with midweek deals because we knew that your wallet needed a vacation too. Check out PoconoMountains.com/offers.
Hey everyone, it's Bri and Dee. We are in downtown Stroudsburg at the Apple Tree on Main with the lovely owner, Sharon.
Hello. Hi. So as you can see, Sharon dressed us for the occasion. So Sharon, tell us a little bit about what you guys have in the store, what designers, what guests can expect when they come into Apple Tree.
Well, the Apple Tree on Main is more about an attitude than an age. It's always been my byline since I established my store 43 years ago. So we have guests, and all sizes are beautiful, from 0 to 18. And we have something for everyone. If you're shopping and you want to go for your first job interview and you're out of college, we can put you together. If you'd like something because you're going on a cruise or you're going to a wedding, we have something for you. Today you're wearing our beautiful Joseph Ribkoff new arrival off the shoulder. You can wear this anywhere in the world, and it's on the shoulder or off the shoulder. You look beautiful in this. And it's really a year-round beautiful fabric. And you are wearing our beautiful Elliot Lauren, which has been in my store since I started 43 years ago. And he is designing lifestyle clothes for women who really appreciate nice textiles. And this is a perfect cargo pant that Elliot does almost every season in various colors. And we have it in size 0 to 16.
Beautiful and comfortable, which perfect
And you
combination.
love this,
I love it.
And as me and Brianna were walking around shopping, we saw you have accessories, clothes, dresses, shoes, everything. So you can dress everyone from head to toe.
That's what we like to do. I mean, you can come here for one item, but our real forte is most of the ladies like to come here for something special, something that they know that they're going to be able to wear for a long time. It's quality. And then also that we're going to put them together because they want to top end about them. And usually you can't find that at a box store, you know? Somebody that's going to curate an outfit for you. And I have ladies that say, oh, I pulled something out of my closet that's 10 years old and I wore it, and people are asking me where I got it. And they're like, but you can't get it, it's 10 years old, but it looks current.
And we've been in this store with you now for several hours, and what I love is we were trying on things that I personally wouldn't pick out if I was looking around the store by myself, but you encouraged me to try things on, including this outfit that I normally might not wear, but I absolutely loved it. And you call yourself a personal stylist. People here can help you and maybe take you outside your comfort zone.
Well, we just did that today with one of our guests who said, oh, I don't think so, not that dress. And I said, well, just try it on. Because you may like it. And her friend that was shopping with her said, that's the problem. We go out shopping and we buy the same thing over and over again. But we're all victims of that.
And you've been a small business owner here in downtown Stroudsburg for over 40 years. You're a staple in this community. What is it about downtown Stroudsburg that you love so much?
Well, I love the fact that I know all my neighbors. I love that when guests come to the Apple Tree, I can recommend them to other small stores or galleries, and I know who the owners are. I know how they're going to be cared for. We don't sell anything here. We have relationships, and we show you, and we want you to feel comfortable here. You truly are our guests. Some people come in and all they say is, oh my goodness, I've never been to downtown Stroudsburg. We love it. We just don't know where to go. And so we tell them everything. Because we are a community, I want everyone to succeed and be here.
Family.
Yes, exactly. And it's a beautiful street. It's really Americana.
So if somebody wants to learn more, what's your website? How can they find the latest inspiration looks that you have in store?
Well, we have the appletreeonmain.com, which is our website, and you can shop online. We also do a Facebook Live every Wednesday at noon where people can shop with us personally.
Fun, yeah.
It's on Instagram and on Facebook, or you can see it on our website after the event.
We're really excited to come back, but first I think we have to continue shopping here.
I
Is that
hope
okay?
So yes, I'd love it. Thank you.
What is this? One for me, one
a
for you.
gift card.
Thanks for watching. For Bri Dee and Sharon, and we'll see you soon.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and the holiday season is upon us once again, and so it's time to head out and shop small this time of year to support small businesses throughout the Pocono Mountains and find great gifts for the ones you love. Check it out.
We love this time of the year. It's for us, we start to see what it was all about. The very concept of our store was to help facilitate more local economy, bringing people to buy local, but also so that's supporting small businesses, family-owned businesses like this one, but at the same time, for us to look at trying to bring in as many local products as possible so that it's a win-win for everybody. Like the bit that you can't do online these days is get inspiration. You kind of need to have an idea of what you want. But if you're not sure, then coming into the small stores, exploring what's available is where you're going to get those ideas that you can't quite get online.
We'll be open the entire month of December. We're going to fill both galleries with small and large pieces of artwork by our different artists with a wide range of different kinds of art, different depictions of art, and the opportunity to shop local. We want to support our local artists, we want to support our local Arts Alliance, and we want to give you the opportunity to buy something that's unique, something special. Please visit us at the Wayne County Arts Alliance, and we encourage you to give the gift of art this holiday season.
It's like a hometown hug. People seem to feel like they're almost in a museum, or they're going down memory lane, they're going to grandma's house. They enjoy it. You hear so many things saying, I remember using that, or I had that, or I played with that as a child. You know, all types of things like that. They enjoy our store as much as shop our store.
Happy holidays! And don't forget, we're just across the tracks.
There's 33 dealers in here currently, and they're all small businesses. They all have their own separate kind of style and genre of merchandise. So basically, there's 33 different stores under one roof. You're going to find things here that are nostalgic. You're going to find things here that you cannot buy at a box chain store. You can't buy them anywhere outside of this type of environment. And I think it's really cool.
Something for everybody. So they're not gamers. They could come on by, shoot some pool. They could go back in time, relive nostalgia. And then if they want to try new games, we always have the latest up-to-date games here as well. So if they wanted to give somebody a gift, absolutely, they could come on by. We have 3 pricing options. The most popular is $30. Basically, get some unlimited playtime. They can come in and out. They get some everything in here but the VR. The VR we have separate. It is $15 for 30 minutes. And then if they are on a time restraint, we do have an option where it's just $20 for the hour.
Oh no, I went off!
Looking to add a plant to your collection or bring out your inner florist? There's something for everyone here, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
A place to learn about the Poconos past, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
You know, these might be small towns.
But they have a big town feel. Our small towns have fashionable boutiques like the Apple Tree.
And families are gonna love stores like Dunkelberger's Sports Outfitter. I think my son's gonna love this.
Our small towns are big on feel. Find us at PoconoTelevision.com.
He's trying to get people to know how to watch PTN.
This should be easy.
Uh-huh. He thinks that streaming happens in nature.
How do we sell PTN?
Cable?
Broadcast.
Newspaper.
Streaming?
Streaming, yeah. You can't stream a vacation, but you can stream PTN to plan a great one.
Find the PTN app everywhere that you are.
Welcome to Gorgeous Floral in Hawley. They are not just a flower shop, they're your go-to destination for all things green, where lush plants and vibrant flowers meet unique home decor and one-of-a-kind gifts. But that's not all. Come explore and shop or take one of their creative hands-on classes that will bring out your inner florist. It's the perfect activity to do with a group of friends. You'll create beautiful arrangements to take home or make a special gift for someone else to cherish. My friends and I came to check out one of their classes today and wanted to bring you along with us. So this is Dee, Director of Floral Design here at Gorgeous Floral. So Dee, you're gonna walk us through one of your classes that you guys have.
Absolutely, it's one of our most popular classes that we do. Throughout the year, we might do flowers, we might do pumpkins, we might do wreaths, but this is our succulent class. And with this, people get to take home a little garden of plants, and it's really fun and very popular just because it lasts for a long time. So we're going to take some stone from this bowl and we're just going to put a little bit in the bottom for drainage. So if everyone wants to pass that around, just about maybe a ½ inch or so, it doesn't have to be a lot. I'm going to start with a little bit of dirt in the bottom. We all have some plants now? Okay, so you want to start loosening up the bottoms and gently pull them out. We're just going to gently place it in there.
So what gives you the inspiration for the classes that you do and each design?
So with the changing season, I like to think of, different ways people could decorate their house, something that could last more than just a day or two. So for example, around the holidays time, I like to do boxwood trees that could last anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes in January, in the dead of the winter, I like to do a tropical class. That way it brings some warmth. So honestly, it's just a way to find joy in different seasons.
So does the inspiration transfer over into the shop as well, from what you do in the classes to what you have in the store?
Absolutely, it does.
Tell me what makes Gorgeous Floral unique, whether it's the things in the store or your classes.
Absolutely. So with my 10 years of experience, I've grown to have at least 5 or 6 different styles that I can do. So whether someone wants a traditional vase arrangement, or if they're looking for something more modern and structured, to more wildflower and free form. I take pride in the fact that, there's
So many different types of designs you could do, and I like to think that I could be whimsical to very straightforward. When we have all the plants in, we are going to take some decorative stone to fill on top. I have the container right by Bri.
So do we just kind of throw?
Yeah, just put them on the empty spots. It's okay if you have a little depression area. It's going to, being that succulents thrive in dry environments, growing around stone and this dry dirt. So we're using a blend of cactus soil. It's not like a regular topsoil, so it has a lot of drainage and is going to be very dry for the succulents, kind of emulating what's found in the desert almost, just to be very porous. I am just going to sprinkle a little bit of water. Don't worry about getting any messes. I know this is a lot here. So
just kind of all over?
Yeah, go all over. It's going to have a nice environment for it to get started and get acclimated to its new environment. Probably maybe every 2 weeks you're going to want to water it, and making sure that it's a good, healthy water.
Okay. So Dee, I love that these classes are great for like friend groups like we're doing here, or bachelorette parties, birthday parties. And it's also great kind of all year round as an indoor activity to do.
Honestly, there's not a time of the year that we aren't busy. During the summertime and the heat of summer, it's great to come in, cool off. We always have great drinks, great fun. You can never go wrong with plants, you know?
Yeah. And I love that it's good in the winter and the cold months where you can come inside, do an activity with your friends, and then take a gift home, like we were saying, for ourselves or for a loved one.
Exactly. How many times are you wondering what to do on a Wednesday night? Yeah. And now you have something in the middle of the week to do with your friends, which is wonderful.
You girls having fun?
Awesome.
I love how creative everybody is, because I mean, we all have the same thing, but everyone's so different.
Yes.
Gorgeous Floral is a place where nature meets creativity. They'll help you learn everything you need to know. Come for the plants, stay for the experience. I'm Deanna Fontanez for the Pocono Television Network.
November is known as National Native American Heritage Month, and today we're bringing you along to a place where you could learn about Native American history in the Poconos any time of the year. Let's head inside for a tour.
They also would use dugout canoes for transportation up and down the river.
Mal Law shows us around the Pocono Indian Museum, which he opens with his wife Marge in 1976.
The idea was to allow the people coming in have a preconceived image of Native American people, and we wanted to take that preconceived image and turn it around into what it really was all about and what these people were really like.
This is northeastern Pennsylvania's only museum dedicated to showcasing Delaware Indian history, tracing back to 10,500 BC. See how they made pottery, clothing, tools, and weapons. Learn about the foods Native people ate, the plants and herbs used for medicine. Walk through a rendition of the bark houses built for shelter and discover the origins of Bigfoot. Mal says the museum is simple, much like the way Native Americans lived.
We tell the basic story, and we think we do a good job of it.
It took about 55 hours at 114 pecks a minute to shape a stone axe.
The 30-minute audio tour guides you through each exhibit, and many artifacts on display were found in the Pocono Mountains.
He's sitting on a rock. Yeah.
Anna and Romaine Lee brought their son Christopher to check it out for the first time.
The tour was pretty interesting. The little one had some fun, and it was a good experience.
Yes, very informative. Learned a lot of stuff I didn't know.
These were actually pipes that they would smoke tobacco in, and the idea being when you smoked the pipe, as the smoke went into the air and disappeared, your prayer was being answered by the Great Spirit.
Mal's fascination with and appreciation for Native people in the Poconos began decades ago, when Mal and Marge had the opportunity to buy a large collection of Delaware Indian artifacts. They decided to open a museum
and give the tourists a chance to see what the Native people were all about, the original residents.
They found and fixed up this old farmhouse in Middle Smithfield Township, which is historic in itself, dating back to 1840. Mal says the building served as a boarding house, was a reputed safe house during the American Civil War, a speakeasy during Prohibition, then became part of a summer camp. By the time Mal bought the structure, it needed major repairs.
And then another friend of mine actually did the renovations with the understanding I would pay him back in a few years, which was a wonderful thing, and we actually paid him back in 1 year with the people that had come through the museum.
The nearby Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area, visited by millions each year, is known for its beautiful scenery, hiking, biking, boating, and more. But did you know these lands were originally home to the Lenape and contain preserved archaeological sites? In fact, if visitors come across an artifact, they're asked to leave it alone and notify a park ranger. Not far from the recreation area, Mal is proud to keep cultural heritage alive.
We have quite a few Native people come into the museum representing different tribes. One of the most famous one was Nora Thompson Dean, who was the last full-blood Delaware Native American or Lenape Indian, and she could speak the language fluently.
The museum includes a large gift shop with carefully sourced products, many made by Native people. An upstairs library contains more than 800 books covering an array of topics related to Native Americans. As for the museum's next chapter, Mal hopes to pass on his passion and always keep the business in his family. A story nearly 50 years in the making.
I'm almost 80 years old now, and I was a young man when I started, so we're hoping that we can keep it going.
Preserving the past while looking to the future. I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, this exhibit inside the Hawley Silk Mill is just one part of the American story here, represented, inscribed on a replica of the Liberty Bell, a semi-quincentennial bell. Outside, we're going to bring you that story. Coming up.
Christmas is coming and Santa's reindeer are preparing for flight. When they're not guiding the sleigh, we know where you might be able to find them. And no, this isn't the North Pole.
At East Stroudsburg University, you will study with cutting-edge technology. You can perform in the classroom, field, or stage. You'll get involved on campus and off. You can have fun preparing for your future.
All right, stand by. Sound speeds.
We have to get the word out about a great Pocono Mountains vacation.
Wait, don't wait for 5 years.
Well, if this fine team can't figure it out, I shall invent it myself.
Good luck with that.
Don't we already have the travel guide?
Yes, for 5 years and PoconoMountains.com.
Note to Chris, Pocono Mountains Magazine, no travel guide.
For your free guide, go to PoconoMountains.com.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and here outside the Hawley Silk Mill in Hawley is this new bronze bell. It's a semi-quincentennial bell celebrating the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America. But inscribed on this bell is a story woven into the history of this silk mill, the immigrant women and children who labored here, part of the American fabric, if you will. So please enjoy this look back to the commemoration of this bell and what it means for the significance of 2026 and beyond.
Etched in the memory of this bluestone behemoth forever, the immigrant labor which tells the story of these United States back more than 1 century ago. Once a bustling mill making silk, given the name of Belmont, now preserving that history in an epic way, with a semi-quincentennial bell as a centerpiece to mark 250 years of the American promise.
So the site is important, but the story is also important. We were honored to be selected to honor those who have been not recognized to date for their contributions to our country for the semi-quincentennial of the United States, 250 years. So our site is dedicated to honoring immigrants, women, and children who were the workers in the industrial factories of our region.
February 2024, the Hawley Silk Mill and Settlers Hospitality embarked on a journey to bring a bronze semi-quincentennial bell here. The call for donations went out, and generous donors answered the call to bring a piece of history to the Pocono Mountains, near the shores of Lake Wallenpaupack, to a thriving town of Hawley, and Silk Mill, where it was delivered on a sun-soaked day in October. Before that, it was forged in Philadelphia, inscribed with the words, "In the fabric of the 19th century, immigrant women and children were essential threads to the industrial economy as they worked in silk mills and factories like this one. Their descendants remain here."
I am honored to be able to stand here today and look out and see this beautiful permanent semi-quincentennial bell. A bell that will in fact lock the story of grit and perseverance of immigrants, primarily women and children who forged the nation during the Industrial Revolution.
And our newest business partner in town, and also largest individual sponsor with us on this project, is Northwell Health, which many of you will be hearing more about them in the future, but they kicked in $100,000 today as they opened the first urgent care or primary care center in Pike County.
Today, the Hawley Silk Mill is home to a college campus, coffee shop, brewery, event space and shops, as well as a fitness center, and serves as a major destination for locals and visitors. And now is only the second location across Pennsylvania to have a bronze bell commemorating the semi-quincentennial.
This exhibit really is the story of thread, right? From cottage home industries, homespun that people did in their homes, to the Industrial Revolution, where it became large industries, spawning other industries around it.
We want folks when they're here to think, wow, what else can we do? You know, how can we go outside of Philadelphia? How can we travel across the Commonwealth? And what is there for us to see and do that's historic, that we can go back and really have a meaningful experience here in the Commonwealth? And hopefully they'll come and see these semi-quincentennial bells.
Plans for the Hawley Silk Mill bell include the replica of the bicentennial bell gifted to the U.S. from Great Britain, a monument wall, seating, as well as educational signage, and a walking tour. All set to celebrate America 250 PA, here in the Pocono Mountains, where freedom rings.
Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Hey everyone, it's Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network, here with my son Rainer. Rainer, say hi.
Hi.
Tonight we are visiting a place that is especially magical during the holiday season. Are you ready to have some fun?
Oh yeah!
Hi, I'm Cassandra, the Reindeer Magic Lady here at Spruce Ridge Reindeer. This is Curly the Reindeer. You can visit us in Albrightsville, PA, the heart of the Poconos. You can typically find us here on the weekends with our educational tours. At Christmas time, we have our Reindeer Nights event. You'll still be able to do our educational tours Saturday during the day. So all of our tours are booked online at spruceridgereindeer.com. We keep a small group of people at a time per tour, so we're never going to be overwhelmed with a lot of people.
I want dinos and golf.
So for our Reindeer Nights, our evening tours, underneath the lights, Santa's here. You get a chance to visit with Santa and a reindeer. It might be Curly or one of the others. That you could do pictures and petting. You can observe the other reindeer that'll be here in the front visitor's pen, that you can visit with them as well. We put a couple cozy picture areas together. It's a really magical evening for you to be able to create memories with your family underneath the lights. I'm not sure whether it's the little kids or the big kids that are more fun when they have an opportunity to interact with the reindeer.
This fog, he complained, will be hard to get through.
And of course, over at the bonfire, we have a reader with the Christmas stories with our complimentary hot cup of cocoa or hot cider to warm you up on the chilly winter eves.
And can you talk about the gift shop too?
So it's our tiny little gift shop that is available. It's our little check-in stand, which became our gift shop. There's lots of little fun reindeer-themed things in there, everywhere from stuffies, which we see a lot of those go out the door, to cups and mugs and lots of things, lots of things. So a lot of people don't think reindeer even exist. They are a mythical animal because they don't survive here down in the lower 48. They are an Arctic animal, so we get to be the ambassadors of the northern animals. So typically they are a very quiet, gentle animal. They don't make a lot of sound other than when they walk, they click. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. And that is a self-preservation thing that happens for them to be able to scare away their predators up in the tundra. We currently have 7 at the farm. We're anticipating hopefully some babies in the spring. Yeah, Curly? We invite you to come see how many we have.
I was woken up by an honest-to-goodness reindeer.
Mr. Curly is actually in a movie, St. Nick of Bethlehem, with Danny Roebuck. It was mostly filmed down in Bethlehem, PA, but Curly is the reindeer in that movie, so he really is a movie star.
How did you get started in this?
Well, I tell people I had to be very, very, very good for Santa to let me have his reindeer, right? To be honest, my mother-in-law was a wildlife rehabber. And in the mid-'80s, she had a whitetail buck come to the farm. He had a broken hip and hit by a car. The Game Commission brought him in so that they could heal him back to wellness, of which she did. When I married into the family, she had about 119 whitetail on the farm. But I got voluntold to help bottle raise babies, and we would do pictures, petting, and educational tours with the whitetails. But I found myself in 2011 doing a program at Christmas time, and this little girl walked up behind us, looked at my whitetail, pitched her hip, crossed her arms, stuck her nose in the air and said, "That's not a reindeer," and off she went. I turned around and looked at my husband. He said, "That's it, we're getting reindeer." Literally went home and Googled it. Whitetails are wild. Reindeer are domestic. They've actually been domestic longer than horses. And as long as they're healthy, they can travel with us from year to year. This property here in Albrightsville, we've been here about a little over a year, and this property enables us to be able to invite you to come learn all about reindeer. It is very unique to the area. It's probably about 120-ish, maybe up to 130 farms across the whole United States. And we invite you to come spend a little reindeer magic with us this season. And you can find more information at spruceridgereindeer.com.
I'm Brianna Strunk.
And I'm Layla.
With the Pocono Television Network.
Breakout sessions at a housing summit here in the Pocono Mountains, what this is all about, plus some faces behind those people who need front doors. That's coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Since its inception, the Temple St. Luke's School of Medicine has focused on cultivating local talent. Training medical students in the Lehigh Valley has significant long-term benefits for our region's healthcare. Our medical students learn here, stay here, and establish practices here, becoming a true community asset. Start here and train with the next generation of healthcare providers for our region. Start here, grow here, thrive here.
The Swiftwater. The name is classic Poconos. Enjoy crafted cocktails and savor rich flavors of the Poconos.
The beautiful Swiftwater. It's all part of visiting Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill with Pocono Television Network, and from time to time we share stories about bigger issues facing everyone in the Pocono Mountains. And so we know the housing crisis is not just something that we face in the Poconos, but all across Pennsylvania and across the United States. And so here at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in November, we held More Front Doors, a Pocono Housing Summit. Behind me is one of the breakout sessions, and there's been a keynote speech as well as an address from the PA Secretary for Department of Community and Economic Development. A lot of people in this room, 300 plus, to tackle the solution, tackle the problem, and get us to where we need to be with housing. Check it out.
We are not here to glamorize any problems. We are here to tackle them head on and to be solution focused.
So our charge from the governor is to work with colleagues inside and outside our government to create a comprehensive plan to address the fundamental causes of this lack of affordable housing. This plan will outline how we intend to build new homes in communities that need them most. As you can see on this slide, it will be focused on helping people make critical repairs to existing homes, how we can lower costs, make housing more affordable, and maybe most importantly, in addition to the input from you, it's going to be driven by data.
I think it also says that at the local level, you all need to coordinate. Geographic and political boundaries are almost meaningless as they relate to markets. And we're talking about intervention with markets. And so you all need to figure out how to coordinate your stuff.
During the Pocono Housing Summit, Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network shared the stories of several Pocono residents impacted by the housing crisis. Have a look.
We were at their aunt's house and
Shannon Rewalt and her 10-year-old daughter Liana will never forget being homeless a few years ago. Despite having a steady job and working hard, Shannon, a single mom, just couldn't find affordable housing.
You feel like you're failing all the time, no matter how much you're doing.
They finally found this 2-bedroom rental in Dingman's Ferry, which costs $1,500 a month, not including most utilities. While Shannon is thankful to receive Section 8 assistance, she says the home is not ideal. It lacks storage and is far from work and stores. There's also the rising costs of food and fuel. Plus, the move required Liana to switch schools.
The transition and everything, she has to make new friends. You know, she has to give up some of the things that she had, that she was able to do before.
49-year-old Clentel Dinkins also became homeless while maintaining a full-time job. After separating from his significant other, he couldn't afford to live on his own.
There's not a lot of people making a lot of money an hour to be paying these astronomical numbers for deposits, security deposit.
Clentel eventually got connected to a Stroudsburg landlord who works with tenants in need. He currently lives in shared housing, paying $800 a month for his own room.
The housing market, yeah, that has to change. It shouldn't just be beneficial for the people who got money. It should be beneficial for everybody. We all deserve a chance.
David Orlando, a local landlord, remembers how different the housing market was when he got started in 2017.
I had some renters paying $560 for a 1-bedroom. I had some people paying $800 for a 2-bedroom. The housing market, I was able to buy a 2-unit apartment for about $100,000. That same unit today is 2 to 3 times that price.
David notes several issues today. Low inventory despite high demand as people continue moving to the Poconos from nearby cities like New York and Philadelphia. Home buyers competing with outside investors who bring all-cash offers to the table, oftentimes above asking. And local residents unable to pay as much as others moving in, who are used to higher prices. David says COVID, inflation, and political environments all play a role too.
And as a result, the market just keeps going up. I'm surprised. You know, I would think, oh, it would have capped off in 2021. It would have capped off in 2022. I'm sitting here going, okay, it's 2024. Still hasn't capped off. Even though the rest of the country might say, oh, the housing market's cooling off. It's not in this area, right? Because there's so much demand.
While rental prices have doubled, David says tenants aren't the only ones seeing dramatic increases. All of his expenses have gone up, including employee costs, property taxes, mortgage rates, and utilities.
People think that landlords are just gouging. Well, some are. I'm not going to deny that, you know, but the vast majority are just sitting there going, how do I just make sure that I don't lose money?
This is in case, I need a wheelchair. It's low enough.
Seniors like 68-year-old Diane Mukhtar also feel the strain. Diane was on the wait list for 3 years before recently getting this coveted apartment at Whitestone Commons in Stroudsburg, one of Monroe County's only low-income tax credit communities for ages 62 plus. There are 72 units here and just as many people waiting for one.
And I'm very happy here because there's a lot of stores, a lot of everything here, that's close.
Prior to living here, Diane bounced between renting rooms, staying on relatives' couches, and even moving to outside areas that were more affordable.
I've moved to Susquehanna, Lackawanna, all of them to try to find, cheap rents. And once they got up too high, I'd have to move.
Mary Knippel is another Whitestone Commons resident who started as number 66 on the wait list. For years, Mary and her husband Fred tried moving to the Stroudsburg area to be closer to their kids, but couldn't.
When I looked online for low-income senior housing, they were $1,000 plus, and my husband and I couldn't swing that kind of money.
By the time Whitestone Commons called with good news, Mary's husband had passed away.
So he never got to move up here.
Not enough affordable places, but so many faces facing a critical housing need. I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
So the goal of the Pocono Housing Summit is to create more front doors. To find out how you can be part of the solution, head to morefrontdoors.com.
As the holiday season approaches us, remember to shop local small businesses where you can find those one-of-kind gifts that you can't get at big box stores. And plan those fun activities with your family and create those lasting, loving memories with them.
Thanks for joining us for the December episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine. We'll see you again in 2025 with a new round of stories from the Pocono Mountains. Until then, have a great holiday season. Happy holidays from all of us at PTN, the Pocono Television Network.